Andy Penny in our stats department telling us that Paul's hitting around about the 11th board. He's not finding his way at the moment on this lane, is he?
No, he's dropped that ball. So it's the ball reaction really is an indication of where he hit on the lane. He obviously didn't let go of the ball the way he wanted to. But again, I think Biboy just needs to relax a little. He does. I mean, it's not easy. I know I've been there when the other guy is striking and you're a little nervous and not quite throwing the ball where you want to. It is hard to come back, but you know, I give credit to where it's due, and I believe Biboy will come back.
It's a shame on that spare. Still had a bit of work to do, but couldn't quite make it happen. So an open frame for Biboy Rivera, and as you will all know, in this game of 10-pin bowling, an open frame is trouble, and most pundits will tell you you've got to cover that with probably a double.
Yeah, well, in this case, when your other opponent is striking a lot, I mean, an open frame is big trouble. I mean, that's very uncharacteristic of Biboy. He's a fantastic spare shooter, and I'm pretty sure he won't be happy with himself for that.
Just going through some mental rehearsal there, trying to sort out any minor changes he's going to make next time at the foul line. For Paul Moor, though, he'll be looking to make it business as usual. Certainly is another double for Paul Moor. He started this game in solid shape.
One of the greatest things about Paul's game is his repetition of shots. If you do watch him, it's almost like a replay running over and over. He does repeat fantastically, and Andy, just in my ear, just said that the last two shots have been the exact same speed as each other, and that's phenomenal. It's not easy to do that.
Andy Penny feeding back some statistical information. It helps us certainly develop a better picture for you at home. Very difficult to see the subtle changes, if any, that are being made by the bowlers, but it looks to me as if Paul Moor is pretty much replicating shot after shot after shot, whereas his opponent Rivera is having to experiment a bit.
Well, I mean, Biboy can be very lucky, be very happy with that lucky break. It could have been a lot worse. To me, I think Biboy's playing a little too far inside on the lane. You know, if you miss a little right, it doesn't seem to come back enough, and if you miss a little left, it's hooking up. I mean, I'd like to see Biboy maybe move a fair bit to the right and play a similar line to Paul.
Spares it this time. So no open frame for Rivera. I think the crowd know the writing's on the wall here. So many of these guys at this tournament, just great technicians. It really is wonderful to watch you all bowling, Jason. It's fascinating.
Yeah, we actually enjoy watching each other bowl.
You guys are always in the crowd, aren't you, watching?
When you do get to this level, there are tricks that everybody can do and what everybody can't do. And when you watch players like Paul and Biboy do things that other players can't do, it really does make you say, wow.
Good work, Turkey, for Paul Moor. First one of the match. And talking of players to watch, what happens when you watch Chris Barnes?
When I watch Chris Barnes, well, I don't know. I mean, it's unbelievable. You know, what he can do to a bowling ball is nothing short of amazing. It's his subtle tricks that he has at the bottom of his release can't be duplicated by anyone in the world. And it's those little things that other people can't do that makes a bowler so great. And that's why Chris is such a successful bowler. You know, not only is he very clever on the lane, he's also very clever judging the lane and how to play it.
Chris Barnes, the defending champion here at this tournament, and apart from yourself, Jason, the man that probably everybody's got to beat.
Oh, without a doubt. You know, I'm tipping him as definitely in the final. You know, his record here as well. You know, one visit, one win. It's definitely pretty hard to beat. But I think Chris also, he's a very modest guy. I'm sure he's saying in the green room right now that everyone has a chance, but deep down I'm sure he knows he's got a really good chance to win this thing again.
Biboy Rivera then to spare for the second time. 2-9 spares for him. And Paul Moor looking better and better in this game. A turkey for him, trying to turn that into a 4-bagger if he can. And every time he strikes, he just increases the gap between he and his opponent. At the moment, if both players strike out from here, 2-7-9 will be the maximum score for Paul Moor, which will not be shabby at all. Rivera, though, down about par, 2-2-4.
Yeah, well, Biboy really needs to get to at least 200 here. I mean, if Paul does strike out to 279, I mean, although 79 pins is a big gap, it is still makeable. But I'm a bit worried for Biboy. If he doesn't get striking now, he's in big trouble.
Another great pocket hit from Paul Moor. Gets a wonderful mix of pins after the pocket hit, and that's what makes sure everything's cleared out. Well, there are the stats. 331. He won't be swayed from that, will he, Jason? He'll just keep going at the pace he wants to bowl.
Yeah, that's another remarkable thing about Paul is his routine. It's exactly the same every time. You know, if he's taking his time, he'll take his time every shot. So you'll probably see Paul just go through the basics with the ball in his hand, thinking about the shot, and get on the approach and bowl.
That's the first thing that any good sports psychologist will tell you, isn't it? Pre-shot routine. It's all important. Rivera in some real problems here. And troublesome pin left standing, the 9 instead of the 10.
Well, it was a good shot. I mean, Biboy should be happy. Unfortunately, the 9 standing, you can just see the ball go straight past the 9. But I mean, that's good to see that Biboy is in the pocket area again. It's definitely going to help him to strike out. You got to hit those first 2 pins there with any chance.
Yeah, we often see that from the bowlers, a quizzical look after a decent pocket hit, and that leaves pins standing, but he tidies up. But it's all spares at the moment for Rivera, and that simply isn't good enough against this man, Paul Moor. On rev rates, incidentally, Jason, both yourself and Palermo have managed to fizz that ball down the lane at around about 600. So you got the rev rates right up there.
Well, that's definitely the advantage of having your left hand on the ball. You get the added bonus of having a little bit of extra power. But, you know, with today's bowling equipment, you don't necessarily need the high rev rate. If you can repeat and definitely hit your target every time, like Paul is showing, you know, any ball with any rev rate can strike.
That is really good work. That's the 5-bagger for Paul Moor, and he's looking very comfortable out there on the lane. But if you can get that extra power and those extra revs, Jason, are we saying that it just develops you that extra bit of tolerance on mistakes that you might make into the pocket?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I feel that because of my rev rate, I do get away with a little bit of extra mistakes that I make. But vice versa, you know, when I make a mistake, it can also harm me because the ball is revving so hard and changing angles so violently in the back half of the lane. You know, instead of leaving 9 like some players might, I might, you know, leave a split. So, you know, it has its pros and cons, but I'm not changing the way I'm bowling for anything.
No, don't you do that. Rivera somewhat at sea on this lane at the moment. I don't think he's going to be too positive about it when he comes off, but he's got to find something from somewhere. He's got to dig really deep now.
Well, he is doing the right thing here. I think he's moved a little further right on the lane. Not enough yet, but I think if he does just take that extra